I'm just gonna start with. I'm just gonna say, Brandon, how are you again?
All right.
Brandon, how are you?
Doing good, man. How are you?
We just restarted because I forgot my mic, so.
It's just a party.
Like I said, you're 39 days out, man. How are you feeling?
I feel great. I feel really, really good about myself. Got sick a couple weeks ago, but I'm glad it happened then rather than closer. Last camp was filled with a whole bunch of different sicknesses and illnesses, and it was just hard to really get a consistent training schedule going. But like I said, now I'm doing good. Got everything figured out. Couldn't be happier with how I am right now this far out.
I do want to start with a couple of important questions, and I can't believe I've never asked you, but All In, how did you get your nickname?
It's crazy because a friend of mine, when I first started jiu-jitsu when I was 13, his name was Ben Pico. We always called him Ninja. I don't know why. He's a little fella, but he was my best friend then. We did like everything together. And one day, me, him, my boy Kurt Hollova, and Michael McDonald, and I think my boy Jack was. We were all sitting there just talking crap after practice, and my friend Ben was like, "Man, we need to come up with nicknames for everyone," because he already had one. And so we kind of like went in a circle. Everyone was figuring out something for everyone, and then all of a sudden they got to me, and I was like, "Well, I'm not about to pick my own nickname. That's kind of weird," So we were sitting there, and my friend Ben was like, "Your last name's Allen." He's spitting, and he's like, "I think we should go All In." I was like, "Fits good, whatever. Sounds good. Good. It's like yeah. And then it just kind of stuck from there, and been there since I was like 14, 15 years old. So stuck.
And then also, what do your dog tag tattoo mean?
So that's like my niece's information. My family was all in the military, so I kind of wanted to do like a family tree almost. And my dad's like, "Why don't you just do dog tags? We were all in the military." I was like, "Yeah, but I wasn't." And he was like, "I've done enough time for all of us, so I think we're all right." He was like, "Let alone your grandfather did plenty of time for all of us." So he's like, "I think you'll be all right." So I started there, and then I just haven't had a chance to add. Like, I'll put my parents and my brother and my wife and my daughter, and then my next daughter, and this side's for my children. So like my daughter, and then I'm about to have another kid, so I'll put hers after the fight, and that's just kind of steps that I'll have for my kids. But this is like my family tree.
Gotcha. That's awesome. I do want to say congratulations on
Thank you.
Girl dad?
Yeah. Me and my boy Tuco, we're both girl dads. My brother's a girl dad too, so I guess my dad had 2 boys, and I guess we got hit with the girl genes. I keep telling my wife we're gonna keep trying until we get a boy, and she's like, "We might have 10 kids." I was like, so see how that works.
I did want to ask, so Luke Rockhold got out of the fight, and you fucking jumped at that opportunity. Was there any conversation between you, your manager, and the UFC?
Well, I'm my own manager, so I text Nick right away, but I'm kind of at the point where it's just like I'll throw my name in the hat, obviously, every time I have the opportunity, but I just got to keep doing me, and eventually that fight will make sense. When that fight makes sense, obviously I'm going to take full advantage of it, and I'm going to walk through him, but at this time, I'm just, I got to do me. I can't focus on him, which honestly, everyone thinks I'm focused on him because I say his name, but I just want that fight. I know it was a fluke. Everyone can say what they want, but he knows and I both know that it wasn't me. And I think my last 2 performances show that. But again, I think I'm the better man 9 times out of 10. But there's that one. So it is what it is. I got caught, and that's. I just think that's kind of the funny part with like MMA fans. It's like he starched you. Like, no, I was winning the fight. Like, you can. From a fighter's perspective, it's like, okay, just like the Puna fight, they show him and they're like, "Oh, he hit you." They show the instant replay in between rounds, same punch from a different angle, and he's not hitting you. So same thing, like I parried all Strickland's rights, blocked his rights. He hit me with the jab maybe a couple times. Other than that, they were literally coming like right at my lip, like it touched my chin hair. So I don't count that as a hit. I think I finished the first round with a graze here from parrying his right and a grazing, and a busted lip because I stepped in on a hard jab with 20 seconds. So, but like I said, I had a busted lip and a bruise. He had a busted nose, a busted lip, and couldn't walk. So, but I took the L, so obviously he won the battle, but I'm gonna win the war.
I like that, man. I do want to talk about Puna real quick. How did you feel about that performance?
I felt it was good. You know, there's always room for improvement. I'm a big perfectionist, and so there was things I felt I could have done, but if it's working, why change it? So I knew our goal was to touch and move, and be going for the big punches, and that's what I did. I didn't try to sit on any punches. I just tried to finesse it, be smart, touch him, and be going. That's what I did. And I shot one takedown in the second, but it was more of like, when I take him down, great, but I just want to get him thinking. So it wasn't, like, to me, it wasn't a real shot. It was sloppy. But
I told you after the fight or during the post-fight conference that it looked like you were working on your hands, and you looked very, very good with your stand-up. I mean, do you think it's time for people to, like, say that you're not just a grappler, like you're a full mixed martial artist, stand-up grappler, everything?
I just don't think anyone's got to see it. I was trying to stand with Carl, but then he shot on me. But once you shoot on me, I was like, oh, okay, we'll go there. I'm willing to go anywhere. I'm good everywhere. I know I'm good everywhere. Like, that's the thing. I guess at this point in my career, I don't think anymore. I know it. And especially with my losses, like, that just put more confidence in me. Like, I'm still young, so I'm fighting all these good guys, and I always try to fight the best because it doesn't motivate me to fight a guy that's even low in the UFC. Like, that doesn't motivate me. To be honest, I didn't want to fight Puna. Like, it didn't excite me. It didn't really get me out of bed. If I didn't want to train, I didn't go train. But with Brad, like, it's like, okay, I don't want to train. I don't care. I'm gonna go train. Like, he motivates me. This is what I like. This is what excites me and motivates me and gives me just goosebumps talking about it because this is what I want. This is just me. This is what I like. It's in my heart. Like, I love this. I want the competition, the rawness. And even though everyone is competition, I didn't feel like, even Carl, I didn't feel like they would be. I knew if I take him down, I'll finish him. Same thing, I thought if I took Puna down, I'll finish him. But just, Puna, things were working, so why change it? You know, there's nothing wrong with 15 minutes of experience, you know, timing, experience, so.
So you are fighting another Hawaiian. I did want to ask, are you going to fight Max Holloway after this, or like?
Yeah, for the money, bro. That's a big money. I'm with it. But yeah, my friends joke with me. All my teammates joke with me in the gym. They're like, man, if you beat Brad, that's a Hawaiian killer. Like, yeah, bro, I might start tattooing their names in my tattoo. I was like, no, I'm just kidding.
So Brad Tavares, man, he's a UFC vet, man. He's very, very good. What do you think of the matchup?
I'm excited. Like I said, the guy's a stud. He's been around. He's fought the who's in the division. It's hard to finish him. Like, his record shows that it's hard to finish him. He comes for, I guess we all come for the finish, but he ends up getting decisions most of the time. So obviously his cardio is good. But to me, like, he's fought the best guys, but I might be a little biased, but I'm just different. Like, I can do it all good. I'm not just a good striker, or a good grappler, or a good wrestler, or I can do it all. And I feel that's just kind of the difference that separates me from all these guys. I can do it all. I don't have to just try to take you down or anything. I don't know. I can just do it all. And I think that's going to be the key factor. I can wrestle, I can take it down, or I can strike with it. So I'm just excited to just see how my skills match up with his. Because, like I said before, he's a true veteran, and impressive win over him really boosts my notoriety and just more confidence in myself, just because he is so good and he's so well known and he hasn't been finished. So if I go out there and finish him, and not just a lucky finish, like a real finish where I beat him up and beat him up and beat him up and then finish him, that looks good for me. We'll just keep moving on up. So hopefully after that we get a main event.
And it gets you into the rankings where I think most MMA people think that you should have been already, but I mean, that excites you, right?
Yeah, that's what I've wanted. I've never had a true crack at it. I was supposed to twice, and it got taken from me. But I'll be honest, I feel the rankings are bullshit. Like, how do we have a guy that's 3-0 in the UFC as number 15? No discredit to him. He's a good fighter, but where does he fit in? I'm 5-0 in the division. And I fought way better opponents than them. Like, I've beat Tom Breeze, newcomer of the year, over one of the best to ever do it, Kamar Usman. So I beat Kevin Holly. I finished him. I finished all these guys, but you know, it is what it is. I'm just trying to go up and make more money. That's all it is to me. Up, more money. So, and obviously, as I've always said, I want to fight the best guys. I don't want to fight the bottom of the totem pole. That's not me. It's not what I want. Even they say the best guys are in the UFC, but there's still levels within the UFC, and I'm always trying to fight the top guys. And I feel that's what I've done thus far in the career. I've had one newcomer, and he was supposed to be good. He's still tough, but you know, it's always the best guys.
And you're kind of touching on it, but like, are you interested in rematching the guys you lost to, like
100%.
Eric Anders, Styles, Trevin, all of them?
Same night if we have to. I don't really care. Yeah, you know, it's kind of, it makes me sound a little bit, to be honest, it makes me sound a little bit psychopathic or whatever when I say it, but there's flukes, man. I was beating Trevin, and then I just tanked. He beat me up from there. Plain and simple. Eric caught me early. I was young, never been caught before, never been dropped. Came back in the 4th and the 5th and won those rounds. Okay, he won the decision. Okay, fine. Then what? Anthony? I just didn't show up. He beat me up. I rocked him twice, but he beat me up. He won. Which, you know, hindsight, I've said before, I'm happy if I had to lose to someone, it was him, especially in that era of his life. He's such a good guy, and it just sucks what happened after that. But and then what? Sean? He's just a douchebag. I hate him. But everyone knows that story, and they can say and think what they want. But I know the truth, and so does he. But he can't make excuses forever, whatever they are.
And then finally, Jack, a couple more things for you. Do you have a prediction for your fight on December 4th?
We're gonna finish it, for sure. Early in the 3rd, into the 2nd. That's what I'm expecting. I think it's gonna be hard to keep my pace. Even though he's such good cardio in his fights, I dictate, and that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna be smart about it, but I'm gonna finish him. I just don't know where. Either on the feet, I think I'll catch him, and if I get him on the ground, 100%. If I can stick him, 100% I'll finish him. So, the finish, I don't know how, but that's always the goal. I go out there to finish guys, so that's what I'm gonna do.
And then we have the rematch between Izzy and Robert Whitaker. How do you see that fight going?
Man, I don't know. Like, to me, it's always when Izzy shows up. When the Izzy that fought Costa, that's a hard guy to beat. That's a hard guy to beat for anyone. But, you know, the guy that fought Vettori, I don't know. I call Whitaker on that. So to me, it's just what Izzy shows up. If it's the guy that fought Costa, Izzy. It's the guy that fought Vettori, Whitaker. But I'm a big Whitaker fan, so I would like for him to pull it out. Just Whitaker's one of those guys that I feel like all champions should be. He's just very respectful. He goes there, does his job. He doesn't do nothing extra, nothing more, and he's a family man. What else? What else can you ask for? So I'm a fan of Whitaker.
What was your opinion on the Paulo Costa shit last week?
Man, that was crazy. I don't feel like 20% or 30% is enough. If you miss by 2 pounds, that's 20%. If you miss by like 4, that's like 30. So this guy was gonna miss by 10 pounds because they wanted 95 first. So technically, that's a 10 pound. That's at least 50%. And then what? Vettori was probably, I don't know what he cuts or anything like that, but I'm assuming he was probably 298 maybe at that point when they were like, oh, 205. So what? Now this guy gets to eat. So he looks good on the scale, right? His body's already absorbing everything. He looks good. But what happens come fight night when this dude was 211 supposedly? Ooh, he could have been more. So what happens when he's 220 and Vittori's 208, 210 and maybe at the max? Like 10 pounds, that may not sound like a lot, but that's a good bit. But I don't know. I don't really trust too much of Costa. And I'm not a Vettori fan whatsoever, but everybody. But I respect the fact that he's always down to fight. Like, I respect that. That's really the only thing good I have to say of Vettori is that I respect that. So, it's just disrespectful. Like, it's very unprofessional. I feel that kind of gives the sport kind of a bad name in some aspects, but it is what it is. It's nothing that us as other fighters can do. We just got to do our job. But needless to say, me and Brad are fighting to a fight. No, I'm kidding.
Well, thank you so much for your time, man. If you want to plug your social media, plug any sponsors, the floor is yours.
Thank you, bro. So Instagram, B_Allen185, Twitter, Brendan Allen MMA, And just, I have so many great sponsors. I'm gonna forget them right off the top of my head, but I got Carry Construction, Wex Gunworks, the Chicken Pound, DTL Injury Law, First Form. There's so many guys that really just come out here and help me, and my team at Sanford, my coaches, Henry Hoofs, Greg Jones, Jason Strout, Kami Berzani, Wagner Rocha, Gilbert Burns, all these guys are just really getting in here and helping me. And I can't thank them enough. I'm just, I'll be ready, 39 days. So 39 days I'm coming to put on a show. It's kind of that Nate Diaz, kill or be killed. And I'm willing to go out on my shield if I have to, but we'll see what happens.